Ever forage for black walnuts? Well, I did. I just took off my hulls and I'm about to clean the rest. These are black walnuts, and I'm doing this the absolute hard way. I saw a video on them, and lo and behold, I came across some while I was on Capitol Hill, U.S. Capitol Hill. This is a grill brush. This is the hard way, not the way everybody else does it. So I cleaned off the outside. Oh crap, I gotta put this down. This is gonna stain everything. You see how the water's turning brown already? It's gonna be like that after I'm done. So I saw a small video on these, and they were talking about, oh, they look like green little plums or something like that. They didn't even look edible. And then the lady opened them, and it was an actual nut in the inside. There's a walnut in here. It's a black walnut. See? So with this, you clean off the outside, and then it's got this mushy gook in it, and like it's sometimes full of worms. And then you have this nut that is like an indestructible thing in the inside of there. So the mushy gook is what's stuck on here, and that's what I'm trying to clean off so I can get to this part right here, which is the nut. And I'm not worried about, I did have some worms in the inside of them, and that's perfectly normal. They're eating the inside of the fruit because a walnut is a fruit. It's eating the fruit. But the fruit is not something that we want to eat. It's the shell that we are after, and the meat of the walnut in the inside. The walnut meat is good for you, you know. It's just like any other walnut. And you eat it. Good, cool. But the shell also has medicinal values to it. It helps to get rid of parasites in the body. It does a few other different things too. I gotta look it up. But I do know that it is part of a very good cleanse for your gut. And if I ain't mistaken, it's something with the liver. I don't know. I'm no doctor. But when I saw that video, I went out later on that day. Mushy gook. I went out later on that day, and I happened to see, well, my daughter actually picked it up. And she was like, Mom, what is this? And I was like, oh my gosh. I saw that this morning on the internet, on YouTube, believe it or not. I said, that's a black walnut. And she said, it don't look like a nut to me. And I said, well, it's not right as you look at it, but inside it is. Now, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what they looked like for real, but so I said, we got to open it up. So we went to go opening it up with our bare hands. Don't ever do that. And it was mushy in the inside. And then my daughter saw a worm, and she was just like, ah, and she tossed it. But I said, no, you got to go towards the middle. So I picked up one. She ain't had nothing else to do with it. And I don't blame her. And so I went on in the inside of it, got out the nut. And then me and my son was banging this thing on the ground so many times. This thing is really hard. It's like concrete. And you see? See how it look in the inside? So I'm sitting up there banging it and banging. I don't even know how many times we threw it down as hard as we could, throwing it down to the ground, onto the concrete. It finally breaks. And when we open it up, I'm going to show you guys because I still got it. Give me a second. When we finally open it up, this is what we saw. Right? So you see the shell? It's a distinctive shell. It looks, I don't even know how to describe it. But this is the inside of it. That's what it looks like. That's the meat of the walnut. Inside, and this right here was the inside of this black walnut that we just happened to find as we were traversing on the grounds of the U.S. Capitol. It was a tree, and I didn't know what tree it looked like, you know. Don't get me lying. And when I saw it, I said, oh my gosh, I know what that is, you know. And then when we opened it up and smashed that thing on the ground, it was a black walnut. So I said, well, I don't have a bag, but I put as many as I could in my shirt, which was about 14, 15 of them. And my kids we got a lot to do. And so I want to make sure that they get to experience this. And yes, I'm doing things the hard way. Other people use a spinner and all that other stuff. I don't have that equipment. And like the mixed paint and everything. Put it in the bucket. I don't have that. But I got this grill brush. And I got you guys to keep me company. So I'm getting the goo off the outside. And if you touch the goo in the inside, it looks like it's clear, a tint of green, right? And then it stains your fingers black. And then, like, can you see this? It's not going to go away. They say it's not going to go away for 5 weeks. I beg to differ. I came home and soaked my hands in some bleach. It still didn't all get away because we got it up underneath our nails, so we look like we got dirty nails. But that's not the case. Our nails was absolutely clean. But see? See, it looks completely different, doesn't it? So, I'm not going to get too torn up over a little bit of goo still left on some of them. I'm just going to move on. And before you think this water is dirty, it's not. This water is, it was clear when I came over here. But this stuff just makes it just stains everything black. I don't know, for some reason I feel like this one might be open. I don't know. I felt a little weird the way it was moving in my hand just now. I don't know, that's probably me. But yeah, food is all around us, you guys. Food is all around us. Food is around us so much that we don't even recognize anymore what's edible and what's not. And I'm going to be honest with you, I even don't feel too comfortable eating things that ain't from the grocery store because I've been conditioned to do that so much. But as y'all can see, if y'all look on my page, I started to use the medicinals that was out in my yard, just kind of growing and hanging out, and I Never gave it a second thought, but I was in so much pain, and so delirious too, with COVID earlier this year, that I went ahead and I took some Speedwell that was in my yard, and it worked better than Dayquil, NyQuil, and any other quill and any other cold medicine I ever had in my life. And then I recognized that I had parsley growing in my yard. I had, they call it dollar weed, I think it is called, but it's mallow. I had a marshmallow. I got marshmallow growing in my backyard. I would have never known that if I didn't start taking pictures with my phone and trying to see, what stuff was, and then looking it up and studying to see what I could do with it. The weeds, the plantain weed especially, those weeds are magnificent early medicinals that sustain people for thousands of years before commercial medicines came along. And just because commercial medicines came along doesn't mean that the old stuff or the medieval stuff or whatever doesn't have its place. This is part of the goo that was around it. Anywhere on a black walnut that's black, when you open it up, probably had a worm or something that was eating away at it. And that's okay, because even though that black stuff is there, it didn't harm the actual, it didn't harm the walnut in the inside of the shell. See? It's just fine. That goo just happens to be dark. It's right there. I hope this don't mess up my clothes or nothing. So, and what else? I'm into also trying to I follow this girl called the Black Forager. She go hard. That girl go hard. I love it. And she kind of kooky. I love it. I love her crazy kooky weirdness and her just zest for life. She is awesome. And she's also teaching me about things that I would have never thought to eat and never thought to do. Like I came across her video on black walnut that morning. I didn't think too much of it, but I watched the video. She's highly entertaining. And then, lo and behold, that afternoon, I came across these little buggers. So I said, let me grab some. Today, she also ate greens made out of something else or whatever. I got a beautiful stinging nettle growing in the backyard. She helps out with me learning new things. And then I like to learn. We all should learn. With the imminent threat always looming over us that we might go broke and poor and don't have nothing to eat or something like that. We gotta learn what to do on our own again without the grocery stores. I love doing my own herbs. Tomatoes are super easy to plant and make. I actually planted a mamey sapoteau, and it's growing, y'all. I don't know where to plant this thing in the ground, but I got it. And God made it grow. I started composting, so all of these hulls from the outside of these little beauties, are going to be going to into my what you call that? My compost pile. And then I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but yeah, it's composting. So what harm could it do? I messed up so bad with the composting. I have a whole anaerobic wet thing going on out there. Decomposition is decomposition, though. Like I said, I look at weeds different. Started branching off and eating things I never thought I'd eat before. I got a whole cacao in the refrigerator. The pod. I don't know how to process it, but I'm gonna read up on it and I'm gonna figure out how to do it. I gotta do it soon. I suspect it might be going bad if I don't do it soon. I don't know. What does a going bad cacao look like? But I found these outside. They were free. You know, I just knew what I was looking at. It's oftentimes people don't know what they're looking at. And you're looking at food. You hungry? God actually gave us so much. He gave us everything for free. Man, make us buy it. These were free. And they're nuts. I can eat them by themselves. I can roast them. I can put them in a dish. Make them a topping. But they're protein, packed with nutrients and vitamins and minerals. And the hull I can use to help cleanse my body of parasites. Like, it's so awesome. You know? So awesome. I'm getting tired, y'all. I know I'm doing these the hard way, but I'm doing it. What else I want to talk about? So on my page, I posted that how I found a tree in DC in the front yard, and the tree was fruiting beautiful green apples, and it was in it in bunches. To be honest with you, I ain't never seen bunches of apples before on the tree till that day. Thought it was really cool, and it was leaning over well onto the sidewalk, and it was just like, take me. I didn't take it because I knew I wouldn't eat it. I didn't want to waste it, but I knew somebody else could come along and see that and eat it. Why doesn't everybody have a fruit tree in their yard? Why doesn't everybody have anything that they can grow in their yard? That's what a yard is for. You know, you don't have to have a green thumb. Just plant the daggone tree and let it go. Let it go do what it's going to do. And who knows? Maybe you too have a beautiful fig tree or a beautiful green apple tree or a regular apple tree. I have a dwarf peach tree in my backyard. It's not a big backyard. It's very small. But I still plant stuff in it. You know, it's food. And I have my herb garden. Not much, but they're easy. They're easy to maintain. You just gotta basically just give it water. It's nothing like fresh. And when y'all eat something that you grew or you had a hand in processing, it is drastically different than buying anything from the store. You know, it really is. Oh, yeah. So I enjoy learning new things and getting all kinds of stuff. I'm probably pissing somebody off by not getting this the way you want me to get it. I apologize. I'm not getting it the way I want to get it. But look at that. It's beautiful. I'm going to rinse this off and do it again. Ooh, ooh. It look like Swamp Thing, don't it? Swamp Thing. But yeah, God gave us so much for free. You can plant whatever you want to plant in your backyard. You can start planting potatoes by yourself. You can plant your own, if you buy something from the store, some onions or something like that, green onions, regular onions, yellow onions, it don't matter. You can plant that and get 20, 30 back in return. Just for a hobby. It's so relaxing. But you get food from out of it. It's food you ain't had to pay for. Yeah, it takes some time to grow. Look at that. From Swamp Thing to this. Still a little swampy. But that kudzu, the green thing, that the weed, the vine that ate the South, y'all know y'all can eat that? Did you know you can eat kudzu? You can take the greens right off the right off the stem, the vine, and eat it. Wash it and eat it. It is a great green. You can put it in a salad. You can make it you can blanch it in hot water. Put some salt on it. You can make it into a stew. You put it in some stew. You could take kudzu and dig up the root. There's plenty of them. I wouldn't even feel sorry about it. Dig up the root. You can make arrowroot out of it, which is like a starch that you can thicken up stuff with. You can bake with it. It's a highly prized thing in China. Asian communities, they know. Look it up. But should nobody in the South be hungry? Because the South has some good weather that so many things can thrive in. There ain't no reason for people in the South not to have a mango tree, a sapito tree, a orange tree, an apple tree. There's no reason for people in the South not to have all those things in their yards, in their gardens, in their front yard, in their backyard. Having a fruit tree isn't against the law. There's no reason why people in the South especially ain't growing no crops. Just right there in your front or your backyard. Just if you have one of those things that are built up, you could put a beanstalk on there, have it for decoration, and then harvest those beans and eat them. There's no reason why people should be going hungry when there's food all around us. We were taught and conditioned that we got to go to the grocery store and we have to change hands with some money. Rutabagas are real easy to grow. They last a long time. A long time. In the refrigerator or in someplace cool. It's a root vegetable. Beets are amazing. Did you know you can make beet ketchup? You can rival regular ketchup? Yep, I just learned that. But this journey of learning all of these wonderful things that are around me, And it's free. God made it free. I don't need to go to the grocery store for it. It's there. People rail against stuff. You shouldn't eat that. You're gonna die. I don't know how many times people die. I just learned all of the wonderful things that borax does. I never knew. I never knew. I never knew. I added to my laundry now. I haven't taken it internally. I don't plan on doing that, but if I wanted to, I could. It's not poisonous. They make slime with that stuff. What else? My whites have never been whiter with borax. You know, it outperforms, what's that stuff called? OxyClean any day. Any day. I was down south. I was in Alabama. And I came across this tree that was growing very abundantly. And it had all of these little things on it. Yeah, I didn't know they was nuts, but they had little nuts. They looked like little grapes, but it wasn't grapes. I just took a picture of it, and then my phone told me what it was. I couldn't believe what it was, because it said ginkgo biloba. It was the tree with the fan leaves on it. It said ginkgo biloba. I took another picture because I just knew my phone was wrong. And then I took a clearest picture that I could take in the world, because I just knew my phone was not telling me the truth. It was a ginkgo biloba tree, just sitting there with all this glorious little nuts on it. And nobody cared to take anything from this tree. Nobody cared to grab any of those leaves. Ginkgo biloba is that stuff that helps to open your mind. College people use it. People who need to study or whatever use it. People who are kind of forgetting things. You get a little bit older, you get a little crusty or whatever. You want to use a little ginkgo biloba to help open up your brain. Yeah. They sell that stuff in the store in a tincture. But it's right here on this tree for free. So I grabbed some of the leaves so I can make some tea from out of it. And I grabbed some of the nuts so I can eat them. Yep. You just got to wear gloves like this and open them up and take the meat off of it and the little nut that looks like an enzyme in the middle of it. You eat that. This right here, this is a black walnut. It was free. I found it after the fruit had dropped from the tree, because if you guys didn't know, black walnuts are fruit. The hull on the outside with the soft spots, and that's the fruit part. And this right here is the center. And when you open it up, it looks like this. It is a true walnut. Looks like this on the inside. Yep. And you can eat this raw. You can dehydrate it. You can warm it. But I learned something new. And I'm gonna save my shells, because I can use the shells for parasitic stuff. So if I want to do a cleanse for my body and everything. I don't know how to do that, but I'm gonna have the tools to be able to use it. Because in this economy, I need to know it all. So I got more to do. Boo. But I don't know if you guys are new or not, but I'm gonna clean it so you can see. Look like Swamp Thing. And it's not so easy either. I'm really scrubbing here. Like, bam. So get this off. I wonder what would happen if I didn't take it off and I let it dry and then tried to pick it off. It probably wouldn't come off. I don't know. I'm tempted to try it. I love that song. Do 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 do. So, in DC, there are a lot of oak trees, and they produce a ton of acorns. Did you guys know that you can eat acorns too? Did you know that? You can eat acorns. All you gotta do is take them in the house, clean them, crack them, and then you gotta boil them. Take the outer lining off of it, the lining of the shell. I mean, not shell, but lining of the thing. The lining of the, what's that thing called? The nut. Gosh, it's late. I'm tired. You take that off of there, because if you don't, like that's like, I think poisonous or something like that. It's not good for you. I know that much. You don't eat it. And then after you do that, you can boil or roast them. Boil them some more and roast them. And eat acorns. Look, things might get tight like that. And me and Mr. Squirrel or Mrs. Squirrel probably be competing for some food. I laugh. I put Mr. Squirrel on a spit. Play with me. I'm a straight up carnivore. But, yeah. From Swamp Thing to this, I think I did pretty good. That's one of the better ones. That's one of the better ones. Okay. Let's see if I have any more Swamp Things up here. So I collected like, yeah, I do have Swamp Things. I collected like 14 with the kids. Let me start separating these things so I'm not fishing all the time. Oh, Lord. That's a Swamp Thing. Oh, another Swamp Thing. That's all Swamp Thing. Baby, just take me with you. And this was free. These were free. Free from Mother Earth. There's so many things that we could eat as greens. Like I was saying, I have a stinging nettle that's growing in my backyard in a pot. I can use that for my medicinally. Uh-oh, I think this one might be open. No, it's not open. Kind of has a ridge in it like it is, though. I'm going to have to keep a good eye on that. Yes, I was singing Prince. I love that song. I used to watch that movie over and over and over and over again. When I was a little girl, I didn't know what they was talking about half the time. I loved the music because who wouldn't? It just looked so intense, you know? Then when I got a little bit older, I was like, oh, that movie was deep. Purple Rain. Purple Rain. You know, my favorite scene of that movie, it was a couple of them. It was when he was trying to prove a point that the lady was really getting up underneath his skin, and he was crawling around on the stage. I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, yeah, I want somebody to love me like that. I want somebody to be like, I'm here. I'm here. I'm trying to love you. I got all this stuff. Take care of you, girl. Do you want him or do you want me? 'Cause I want you. Baby, 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 I want you. Yup. I wanted somebody to be just like that with me. Yup. Love the ground I walk on. Yup. Hasn't happened yet. Been married twice. Has not happened. But that's okay. I'm still alive. And that can still happen. That can still happen. I want somebody to be like, yo, me and you together forever. I want it to be no question. I'm trying to show y'all the nuts. No question in my guy's eyes about anything. I mean, I want us to be a solid powerhouse. And I want to get on a motorcycle and I want to drive around like that. I don't care where we go. I don't care what we do. I don't care, pretty baby. Just take me with you. And you have to admit, both of them was pretty. Prince was pretty. She was pretty. Just absolutely gorgeous. And she still is. She still is. Oh, y'all, I'm almost done. I just got these 2 left. We foraged about 14 of these black walnuts. They was just sitting there. You know, everybody walking past, not caring about it. Found these right there at the U.S. Capitol. Who would have thunk? I saw an orange tree down there too. I looked it up. It's kind of hard to eat. I'd rather not. But they look delicious. I heard horses like them. There's a mulberry tree down there too. But it's not fruiting just yet. I spend a lot of time in D.C. I like to go up to Capitol Hill. It's so pretty up there. Nice places to chill out. But that big old picture of Donald Trump is sitting there. Every day you go up there. It's on the Department of Labor. If y'all are in town, y'all want to see it. There's a huge banner of Trump up there. If y'all want to see it, y'all can also look at my page. It's up there. I never had to look at nobody's face like that before who was in office. It's a bit much, in my opinion. A bit much. But yeah, after this, I gotta go to bed, y'all. I got a long day ahead of me. So now, this is the last one. If anybody is new here and you want to see me turn this into those, just watch. This is all black. And as a bonus, those Just watch. This is all black. And as a bonus, sorry, my phone's about to go dead. Another reason for me to stop. Not right this moment, right after I do this, and I'll show you all the holes. It's green. I just could not believe that was there. I didn't have to go through no forest or nothing. It just happened to be right there. Oh, my back is killing me. Yeah, I believe this water started off clear. These things stain the heck out of you. So, we almost there. So if I don't have no food, I know to eat some acorns, catch some squirrels, find black walnut trees, pawpaw trees. Heck, if I got $5, I can buy some seeds, plant some bean stalks, make it into a decoration that I just can eat too as well. If I have a little bit of money, buy a fruit tree, put it in my front yard. I think everybody should do that. Buy a fruit tree. And then everybody in the neighborhood can get together and swap out your stuff. No need to charge people. Can I have an apple for that tomato? They got this thing called, it's this stuff that is called, it's a walking spring onion, walking onion. And it proliferates and grows really fast. Egyptian, I think it is. And you can have spring onions forever. Did you know you can buy some spring onions and put it in a vase or cup and just take from the top, and it'll always keep on growing for such a long time. It's almost endless. Endless green onion. You know, you can do that with chives too. I got a curly leaf parsley. This thing is indestructible. Oregano, indestructible. If it's bolting or starting to flower and grow little shoots, I cut them off. Because if it keeps on doing that and flowers too much, it's going to die on you. So, yeah, there we go. All right, y'all. I got to take my butt to bed. I just wanted to show y'all this. My fruit flies coming around. Because walnuts is a fruit. I also brought a cracker. You can't crack these things very easily. They're super duper tough. Let me show y'all my cracked walnut again. It took maybe about 10 times tossing this on the concrete. But you can see how thick the shell is. Like look at it. And you see how tight the nut is in the inside of there? Like, that's tight. Look at that. Look at that. And I didn't even clean that. We didn't clean it at all. We just took the outside off as we were out there and cracked it open for confirmation. You can't squeeze this or anything. It ain't going nowhere. That shell is hard. There ain't no room for me to try to put it in my mouth and try to taste it because I can't get my teeth in there. But I'll tell y'all how it is. It is safe to eat off the tree. It's not like you're going to just open it up easily. These things take work, as you can see. But here's my haul. I'm gonna go ahead and let these dry. I don't think there's any more. I'll go ahead and get this off real quick. And then I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. Alright, there we go. That's good. I'm happy with that. Alright, y'all. Go eat some kudzu. Plant some parsley, and it's free. You can find parsley growing in between the cracks of the sidewalk. Literally. Literally. And, early spring, when the different things come up, don't kill what you think is a weed. Do y'all research. Look up the medieval cures. Look up, things that people used to eat back then. And, even in war, people used plantain to stop blood from, bleeding, from you bleeding out. You out and about, just go down and pick it up from the ground. Like, it's not a weed. It's a medicinal. I stopped using the herbicide around my house. A little spit of land I have. Stop using it. What for? I want to grow stuff. And everything I see that used to bother me is free. And it's medicinal and it's good for me. The stuff that we all look at and look down upon and frown upon, it grows that way for a reason. It's trying to tell you that it's important. And you keep on telling it that it's not, but it's going to win out over you anyway. Not in growing, but in having a need for it. And we just got to figure out what it is. It's such a wealth of knowledge out there with YouTube. Such a wealth of knowledge. So I love the fact that I have speed well. I feel special now. Instead of feeling like I have weeds growing in my yard, I feel special. I feel special. I got marshmallow growing in my yard. I bend down and eat the little pinwheels from out of them. I feel special. I got parsley growing in my backyard. I feel special. I got stinging nettle that just happened to plant itself in one of my little planters. I feel special. I feel special that I have everything growing the way it is, I feel special that I didn't use any fertilizer last year. No store-bought fertilizer. I started using the banana water. I eat a banana. I put filtered water in there, and I put the banana peel in there and let it do its thing. Just shake the thing every now and then and go give it to the plants. It's so satisfying. I use vinegar and what's that other stuff? Baking soda on my stuff and everything. Like, it's crazy. I love it. I love it. I'm learning so much. My plants love everything about it too. And they growing and doing quite well. Like I said, I have a Mame Sapito growing. I don't know what I'm going to do with that sapling. I don't want it to die. But I don't even know if it can grow up here. But I have it. So I'm going to rinse these off. Let them go ahead and start drying off. And I guess I'll be back to tell y'all how it tastes. Go ahead and subscribe to me. Check me out. I come on here every now and then. Something cool is always going on over here. I wouldn't even consider myself an influencer. But I have fun with my life. I try to share that fun every now and then. I have a YouTube channel too. So I'm used to sitting up there talking to the camera. But I have a job and a regular life that brings in money, because this don't bring in nothing. But it's nice to feel like I ain't alone all the time. You know. Because when my kids ain't here, I feel quite lonely. It's funny. I just love doing things for people so much. I'd be like, I call a friend or something like that. Hell, I even call a neighbor and I'll cook for them. That's just what kind of person I am. I'm a people person. I like it. If I feel like somebody's using me, though, I cut that off. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Just ask me for what you want, and 9 times out of 10, you'll get it. Don't be all funny with it. Don't be funny with it. All right. Well, you guys, y'all have a great night. Because when I turn this thing off, y'all, I am going to pass out. After I rinse these things off, I'm going to pass out. And I'm going to call it a night. All right, I hope that you guys seen this and learned something new. And I hope you go out and get a fruit tree and put it in your front yard. And I hope that it grows abundantly. God rewards you for your good nature. And you help out a hungry person, including yourself. Okay, good night. Now, how do I stop this? There we go.